Tonight, I am so honored to have Mrs. North Carolina America, Danelle Martin, on the set. I'm so excited to have you, Sister Queen.
I cannot tell you how excited I am, and I love that you said Sister Queen. This is a sisterhood and a legacy like no other, and I really appreciate you having me.
Oh, it was an honor. I happen to have the biggest honor ever judging the pageant a couple months ago.
Right.
And you were just from the moment you started to the ending, you were just the package. But what I love about you is that you are a woman with a mission. You have so many things that you have overcome and so many things that you are gearing towards, and you're making a difference. You always have this glow and this smile and this kindness about you. So tell me a little bit about how this all started with your pageant career.
So, pageantry, I will say, I don't think your show is long enough. It's been a long, long journey for me. Actually, one of the things that I think has been so incredible was that actual moment, because that was 31 years in the making, you know, and everyone said, well, geez, when you won, my best friend said, you looked like you were going to hyperventilate. I was, I truly was. And I dropped to my knees because it was like all these years of work and improving myself and working in the community and all of that. Plus, in addition, now as a Mrs., it's not just about me, right? I have kids, I have a husband, and all of them were there, and they all put that work into. And my father, 80 years old, two-time Vietnam War veteran, in the audience. So I just had like the weight of the world come on top of me right when that moment happened. So it was incredible. And thank you so much for the honor of choosing me. It really was extraordinarily special.
What I love about you too is that you didn't give up. There are many times that a lot of people will try a pageant once, they don't win, they get angry, and they don't repeat. That was not your story.
No.
You had a great story. This was your third?
This was my third time here. I had competed when I was much younger, took a 20-year hiatus, and started competing again really out of advice, speaking of my dad, from my dad. You know, he pretty much told me, do all the things. Do all the things in life, Danelle.
Right.
And for me, a calculated risk, I would say, was to try pageantry yet again. And the state director, Wendy Galley, had reached out to me in 2010, but had already started having kids, and timing wasn't right. Everything in life, timing. Right. Absolutely everything is about timing. And I decided to do it again. I decided to give it, that shot. And that first year, I had no time to prepare, 6 weeks to prepare. And I knew I wasn't ready, but I had gotten my feet wet, and that competitive spirit started again.
Absolutely.
So second year I came back, worked a little bit harder, worked more on myself, got to experience all these wonderful things with my kids who didn't know that part of my life from 20 years earlier. And came back the third time, and everybody always asked me what the difference was. So what was different the third time? And the difference was really just being me.
Right,
just
uniquely
being me.
you.
Yep.
That is a big secret. I mean, it is like a marathon. You do have to prep for all the things.
Right.
The interview, the swimsuit, the gown. But you have to stand out by being yourself.
Right.
So when you say it was a moment in time where it is almost like when you come back into a country and you kiss the ground, that's what it felt like when you were crowned. And we're going to take a quick break and see some of those videos and pictures at this moment. And now we're back with Mrs. North Carolina America, Danelle Martin. What a moment. Those pictures just say it all.
They really do.
You were just in awe. It was a culmination of all the time that you put into it, and uniquely being you. And so let's talk about uniquely being you with a podcast that you have.
So I have a podcast called Diary of a Queen, and it started when I started back into pageantry. I had a lovely gentleman, and I know when he watches this, he's going to know exactly who he is, that told me, "Why are you competing?"
I love that story.
Yeah, you're too old and no longer relevant. And, later on he said, "Well, I didn't mean any harm by that." I said, "Listen, I'm not mad at you at all. That put a fire under me, and I wouldn't be where I am right now without it." But, I just thought, if I had been put down and I had had these issues, that there's probably women all over that had issues, that just need to talk about it. We're a community. The one thing about women is nobody can put down a woman like another woman, but nobody can lift up another woman like a woman. So that's kind of where Diary of a Queen was born from, with the intention that we are all queens, whether we have a crown or not. We all have an invisible crown, and that we should all help one another. So we talk about all the things. We talk about the hard things, the easy things, the ups and downs in life, and I probably have gotten just about as much out of it as viewers that have watched it.
I love it. I think that when you talk about being a queen, you're crowned one moment when you're a Mrs., and the next you're mopping your floors.
Right.
So it's not like the Miss,
Right.
where for the whole year you have, an event coordinator and a director that takes you
Right.
on the journey. Ours is, you are the journey. And what I love about you is you're finding your journey. I love that there are pictures of you. You were just at the U.S. Open, and the moment that you were crowned, you were at your event, where you live, you were at an event there and with your family, and you have hit the ground running. You are making the most, and I'm going to call it, are going to be the next Mrs. America.
Thank you. I would be super honored. You're more than welcome to judge if you would like. Of
course.
I already did that once, but you're more than welcome to do it again. You only get one moment, and all of this has been a culmination of so many years. And, as this has started to come to pass, I'm reminded of all the people throughout the 31 years of my journey and the different pieces of advice. And the one thing that I remember that always sticks out to me, there was a gentleman that used to do pageant training years and years ago, and he said, "You always treat every day like it's something special." Now, he said that as a knock,
Right.
but for me, I was like, I sure do, because every day is special.
Right.
So for me, I have 1 year. I have 1 year to be a civil servant, to lift people up, to do the things that I want to do with this title, enjoy it with my family, travel. I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to do whatever I can.
And what I love about you is all that's going to happen because you're uniquely you. But I do love that you are the first to lift every woman up. You're very genuine. You are always reaching out to, on Facebook, I'll see all your little lift ups. But that's so wonderful, because that's what we're on earth to do.
Exactly.
Why put down other women when we're in this world together, and one smile or one little comment can make a world of difference, in every woman's life. And I love
agree.
that you do that.
In 2009, I had, one of these pinpoint moments where life changed for me, and I decided to become a servant. And having a servant's heart changes how you reflect onto the world, and how the world reflects onto you. And it has really changed my entire life, where I look at things in a completely different way. And then, of course, getting married, having children, that changes your perspective as well.
It really does. Well, I'm honored that you stopped by the set tonight.
Thank you.
We know great things are going to happen for you. I am your absolute biggest fan. I know that you're going to bring home that title, but more importantly, I know that you are the title. I know that you walk the walk, live the life every day with your heart and your soul, and I'm just honored to have you on our set tonight.
I couldn't be more honored myself. Thank you very much. It really does mean the world to me.
Oh, thank you. The next Mrs. America, Danelle Martin, right here on our set of The Deborah Kennedy Show.